Aleph Farm is the first company that showed the ability to form pieces of steak out of bovine cells and edible scaffold. So this is a new concept in the direction of cultured meat production.
The whole idea relies on the fact that inside the cow, same as inside our human bodies, there is a natural mechanism for regenerating and growing tissues 24/7. We found out a way to isolate the cells responsible for growing muscle tissue and reproduce outside of the animal optimal conditions for them to grow and to form muscle, which is meat, under controlled conditions. Shulamit Levenberg is one of the leading researchers globally for what is called tissue engineering, meaning growing tissues outside of the body.
Tissue engineering is a field where we grow 3D pieces of tissues in the lab and we use them to repair or restore damaged tissues in the body. The idea is to take cells and grow them on scaffolds, 3D scaffold. So the cell attached to the scaffold, they fill the pores of the scaffold, they grow, differentiate and assemble into the tissue. So tissue engineering is very important and it originally was developed for medical application. Recently, we established a new direction in the lab. The idea is to now use edible scaffold and cells from a cow, for example, and use this skeletal muscle engineered tissue later for food. And based on this technology that we developed in the lab, we established Aleph Farms.
When we reach the market, cultured meat will grow in what we call bio-farms, which will be large and clean facilities with tanks in which the meat will grow, which will look similar to breweries or to dairy facilities. The meat will grow with much less resources than the meat we know today.
The meat industry is very inefficient. We use 15,000 liters of water to create just 1 kilogram of meat. 30% of the Earth terrains are being used by the meat industry, which is 70% of the arable lands. By 2050, the meat demand will double, which means we don't have enough lands to grow so much meat. In addition, the meat industry currently is responsible for more greenhouse gas emission than all of the transportation combined. So if we want to solve these problems, we need to focus on the meat industry and trying to make it more efficient. And saving so many animals by doing research, that's something that could be really exciting.
We grow the whole muscle tissue and meat without any antibiotics. 54% of the farms in the US are still using antibiotics, which is causing significant public health issue due to resistances and superbugs. On the other hand, the fact that we grow the meat under a fully controlled process enables us to ensure that the end product is free of any pathogens, potentially reducing the number of foodborne illnesses tied up to meat. Working with Shulamit Levenberg and her lab and the Technion grants us on one hand access to unique know-how, unique expertise. On the other hand, it grants us access to a whole platform of students, of senior researchers, of equipment which is unique, probably unmatched in Israel and one of the highest level infrastructure we can dream of globally. The food system as a whole is really facing some of the most pressing challenges of humanity to be ambitious in terms of animal welfare and ethics, in terms of sustainability, health, and all those challenges are very, on one hand, pressing to solve, on the other hand, very exciting to be part of the solution.